Okay, so just before we get into all of this, there's something you need to know about me. My name is Agnes, and I haven't known who I am for the past 6 years. It's so hard to get out.
If you're looking for order, you've come to the wrong place. If you're looking for good audio quality, you've come to the wrong place. If you're looking for a definitive conclusion, you've come to the wrong place. But if you're looking for a slightly out there one-woman show about self-exploration while she paints her face, cries and wears a red coat, then you've actually come to the right place. But please bear in mind that everything you're about to hear is true.
Gaps. I'd convinced myself there was going to be gaps. He said he'd take them out and it would be fine, but I'd convinced myself, I'd absolutely convinced myself that if he took any more out, there would definitely be gaps. It hurt the first time. Of course it did. They always tell you that it will, but I wasn't sure to what extent. Let me tell you. It was agony. The definition of alone is having no one else present. After finding that out, I applied that definition to other areas of my life and realised I'm more alone than I thought. Having no one else present. No one else is here in this house. I am single. Solo. One. I mean, I've had conversations with other people, but I think I'd consider myself alone even then because they're not engaging. They're not present. They're not really there. The definition of lonely is sad because one has no friends or company. Wow. The definition itself hit the nail on the head. Sad. It says sad. Synonyms include companionless and isolated. Yep. I I feel that. Be okay? Yeah? Yeah? Yeah. Here is a list of things I should have said at the time, and I didn't, and I wish I did, so let's just try and keep this positive, shall we? Okay, first up. Please stop calling me. What are we? Sorry, no. Can you cut it down a bit more? We should break up. Please stop following me. You're scaring me. Sorry, yeah, that is my seat. A relationship is between two people, not me, you, and your constant need for attention from everyone else. Yeah, I do mind. I do mind that you call me your friend and not your girlfriend. Please don't try to hold my hand. I'm just trying to watch Deadpool. I think you've given me an infection. Catching you smoking broke my heart. Can you stop lying? I shouldn't have had to stand on her doorstep and listen to all the things you never told me. Please don't leave me on my own. I'm really not very good on my own. I don't want to hear that story tonight. You don't do it right. Please stop emailing me. Don't touch me. Drive me anywhere. Let's just go. Shut up. You're an embarrassment. Never call me that again. How many other girls do you act like this with? We need to break up. Stop waiting for me. It makes me not want to come to school in the mornings. You don't recognise me at all, do you? It's hurting me. Leave me alone. 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 There's so much paper on the floor. You did this to me. 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 You did... You did this to me. You did this to me. You did this to me. You did this.
I don't think I've ever laughed that hard in my life. If it had been anyone else in gym shorts and a Tupperware container on their heads, it just wouldn't have been as good. I remember thinking, as the backs of my thighs were sticking to the leather sofa in the blazing heat, that I'd never find a group of friends like this again. This is a forever kind of feeling, you know? We're here, laughing, being us, and we can say what we want, and it's fine. Because it's us. We ordered way too much Chinese food that night. We watched the most terrible horror film and commentated the whole way through, so we ended up making sense of the plot in a different way. It was so good to be around a big group of people just having the best time. I really miss feeling like that.
I wasn't going to talk about this, but I feel like it's a relevant part of my story. I've got that like anxious feeling up there. Oh, okay. I'm back at school. I just want to go to the library, but I'm intercepted. Someone called my teeth cute once. It wasn't completely out of the blue. I'd been complaining about them on the way to the counter in Spoons in Malvern, I think. Yeah, well, I'd been complaining and saying how it's my fault that they're crooked, and she called them cute. It kind of struck me because I'd never associated that word with them before, and I've never really spoken about this insecurity. In public, I mean. The worst sentence for someone to hear is, "We need to talk," and my stomach drops like a dead body, and I think if they keep talking, my insides are going to fall out of me and they're going to pull around my feet, and if I try to walk away I'll slip on the blood and... Let go of me. You have no hold on me. You're disgusting and I am bigger than you in every sense of the word. And if you don't leave me alone, I got braces when I was at school. It was like trying to bend wire around sharks' teeth. I had more than I knew what to do with. And I was just so sick of having so many taken out that I eventually refused and said I was happy as I was. I was convinced there was going to be gaps. My orthodontist said he'd just take a couple more out and it'd be fine, but I convinced myself, I absolutely convinced myself that if he took any more out, there would definitely be gaps. I'm in the PE changing rooms. And even though I'm fully clothed, I feel naked and vulnerable. Everyone's looking at me. I'm ready to play rounders, but they're ready to play other kinds of games. Mind games. Turn around and nobody's there kind of games. Feel like you're being followed and stalked kind of games. Wanting to stop the anxious feeling in your chest and your heart pounding out of your body kind of games. The PE teacher comes up to me and asks me if I'm okay, and I say, no, I'm not, I'm miserable.
It was bad. Like, really bad. But when asked the question, was it good? Me being me, I responded with, yeah, okay, great. I feel bad. Like, really bad. Like, I just want to have a shower and wash away all of the bad that I'm feeling. It hurt the first time. They always tell you it will, but never to what extent. Let me tell you, it was agony. Now, I wasn't sure how I was going to do this bit, but I think I found a way. So I'm going to recreate the experience of my first time using only my feet. Is it good? Yeah. Okay. Great.
Okay, so it's night time right now, and I thought now would be... I walked into something, and I thought now would be a good time to talk about this.
I think there's something else in my house. Not a person, but a presence. The walk from my bedroom to my bathroom is one of the scariest things I've ever had to do. I don't know what it is, but every time I go there, my back seizes up and I try to flatten myself against the wall, and then I hurry back into my room afterwards. I used to be a lot worse. I used to put on every single light that I came across. 1, 2, 3. But I'm still convinced that there's something there, because even though the light comes on and the shadows are gone, as soon as they're off again, the shadows are back, and the things lurking in it come back. And no matter how hard I try not to be, the top of my stairs will always frighten me the most.
Is overcrowded like a graveyard. Each tooth a stone, each angle warped and out of place. They're crammed. They don't fit. There are too many bodies buried beneath the horror that is my gums. They are the family under my patio that no one will ever find again. Because when I smile, no matter how wide, you will only see 6. Wow. Hey, you're not done yet? There's a lot we need to unpack here. Are you listening to me? There's a lot of positive scenes you still have to... You know what? You're right. You've dealt with the hard stuff. begun to process. But the good stuff? Well, you don't need to process that, do you? You know they're good. They're a part of you. Him, her, the reading, the writing, your cat, your theatre. You don't need to process them. Have a good time, Agnes. You've earned it.
As Oliver Tate says at the end of Submarine, I don't know if I've come of age, but I'm certainly older now. I'm not in my teens anymore, but I'm still on the way to finding out who I am, who I really am, and what makes me, me. I know I have matured and learned how to spot red flags like they're spots on my face. Visible, avoidable. I can tell when I'm wanted or not in the middle of a conversation, and I know how to make myself happy in my darkest moments. At the heart of this story, one word has come to mind on numerous occasions. Create. When you're down, create. When you have a story to tell, create. When you don't know how to process the past 6 years of your life, give yourself a new name, dramatise the truth, and create. There are things I've been able to work through, and there are still subjects I don't know how to approach. But, like a pearl forming in an oyster, these things will take time. I know that now. We're all heading to the same destination of knowing who we are and living our truth and being the best version of ourselves that we can be. But we're all taking different paths to get there, and those paths are for us to travel alone. Only we can know who we truly are. My name is Agnes, and I finally have a better understanding of my place in the universe. I was planning to say all of that over my final scene, but I just like it too much as it is.